Hello, 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 everybody. How are we today? It is I, Matoy SR, and no one else. Definitely not Badlex727. That's a promise. So, we're gonna get this show on the road, I guess. I'm gonna set up this file, and any chance I might be able to get a 3, 2, 1 if that's okay. Also, should I have a timer up, or you guys have a timer?
We'll get the timer.
Cool. All right. Once I get the green light that we're good to go, I'll give a countdown.
You are good.
All right. So we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. G-Show. This is Sonic Adventure DX Sonic Story. Please forgive any rust that you see. It's been a while. I haven't played in a bit. I am cosplaying as Matoy today. This is Chaos Zero, one of the easier fights in the game. We do some very precise manipulation to make Chaos go where we want them to go, so that way we can hit them as quick as possible. The game consists of 3 basic elements. You go through the adventure field, you go through the action stages, and you fight bosses. We get all 3 of them nice and early. A boss to start off, a tiny little bit of movement in the adventure field, and then the first stage, Emerald Coast, arguably the most complicated stage, if not definitely up there. Uses a lot of elements from the other stages that we'll see, a lot of the techniques and stuff that you have to do. So if you ever do decide to run this game, or even just play it casually, if you want to get good at the vast majority of what you have to do, Emerald Coast is a good stage to practice. We're not going to do any of the fancy stuff that people like Nixer or AF Wagers do, so we're going to be pretty basic here. Do a little spin dashing up the wall, a little movement into the next section, a couple chain spin dashes and spin dash jumps. We'll go over the spin dash in a little bit. Ideally, we want to stay on the edge of this island and not fall into the void, but here we are. Oh, get out of there. The wall can actually suck you in there so you die. It's kind of silly. There we go, that'll work. Jumps there. All right, now Sonic's movement speed, his fastest form of movement is spin dashing. And when you spin dash, you can actually do chains of spin dashes. So you are spin dashing with one button, releasing your spin dash so you go into an upright position, and then starting a spin dash with the other button. The reason this works so well is because you're maintaining your momentum and allowing it to build over time. We'll see here with the second boss, Egg Hornet. You can do a little bit of practicing, moving around, getting the spin dashes good to go, and chaining them together. I'm using both fingers, kind of hitting B and X simultaneously, but slightly rhythmically apart. You can do single, and sometimes it's better to do single depending on what the situation is. Single mashing, if you will, or single spin dashes. But almost everywhere that rhythmic spin dashing is better. Pick up the key. There we go. If we were doing more stories, we'd be able to get into the nitty gritty of... Oh, no, please, let me in there. we would be able to get into the nitty gritty of how picking up objects like keys impacts the way that characters move. You don't really do it too much with Sonic. There are two things you pick up, but each character has like a set speed that they hit when they pick up an object, and usually it's faster to jump once you pick up the object, because that way you'll be able to hold that thought. That way you'll be able to hit your maximum speed and move as fast as possible. Hello. There we go. This is Windy Valley, Act 1, Act 2. Nothing too crazy. We break into some walls. We do some manipulation of gravity to spin dash and avoid stuff. We're going to switch to auto cam here, so that way it's a little bit of a smoother ride down. Skip this loop. And we actually do a homing attack and hold the homing attack button into that spring to be able to get additional height to skip that whole little section where you have to normally do some running around and platforming up. We're going to jump into the void. That should be good. Oh, further over than I thought. No. Well, we tried. And this is why the estimate is 40 minutes. That should be good now. And if it's not, then we're gonna cry. That's close enough. You notice that the Chaos Emerald is just sitting there, and the timer went from 128 to 138. Any stage that doesn't have a capsule to land on right away gives you an additional 10 seconds to be able to essentially maneuver. Basically beat your previous time for time attack purposes. Because every stage that doesn't have a Chaos Emerald or doesn't have a capsule then gets a capsule. Oh, where am I going? I genuinely don't know where I'm going. Wow, it's been a minute. I have to go to the sewer to get the light dash upgrade so I can go to casino. That's what I have to do. Is get do a little bit of a spin dash jump, convert my horizontal momentum to vertical momentum. Some maneuvering, get in here. Come on. Again. Oh, this is such a bad camera. There we go, that's better. Alright. Hardest stage in the game. I'm intentionally going to die here, because this is the quickest way to be able to restart and get your lives back. And we need more lives going into Ice Cap. I mean, we don't need them, but it will make things much easier. Sonic, we want to go through the wall, buddy. That's annoying. Alright, we might just do this. I was only kidding a little bit about the hardest stage. I just have one life, that's fine. There we go, that'll work. So we skip 4 minutes of having to collect 500 rings and deposit them into the vault. And do spin dash out, do spin dash up, and get the Chaos Emerald. Eggman robs us blind. But he left us with a key. Let me very briefly see Cream. I'm gonna do a little bit of maneuvering. And you'll see again here, I have this object picked up. I'm gonna load into this area and I'm gonna jump first thing I can. just to be able to hit my top speed a little bit faster. Save a tiny itty bitty little bit of time. I also usually, right before I throw an object, will do a jump. And then as I start descending, I do the throw animation so it'll spend less time in the air. This is Ice Cap. This is one of the best and worst stages in the game. It is so tedious. It is so quick. It requires some pretty precise actions. Like that. I don't like that. This is gonna be not fun because I can't tell where I am. And as you can see, it is a white void below. I should be in a good position. As long as I'm not too far right. Okay, I was too far left. That's fine. Thankfully, of the places to have to take a death, it is one of the least detrimental. Okay. Because this section is pretty where it is. Now, if I could get the camera to not flip out on me, that would be awesome. Now, like I mentioned, I want to be slightly to the right here, because if I'm too far to the left, I'll hit the kill plane like I just did a moment ago. If I'm too far to the right, I can not make it back in bounds of the stage, but I would still rather have a little bit of distance I have to go than just straight up die. This should be fine. I just have to know when to come over. And because of how I have the draw distance, so things pop into view a little bit later than they normally would. It can be a pain in the butt, but you see how far over I am right there. It was overkill. Did not need to be that far over. But like I said, would rather be over than under. One's correction, one is death. Chaos Emerald. If you notice, the time stopped and all you heard was the wind blowing in that section. That's always fun. We don't want to go for a swim. As we all know, Sonic can't swim. He sinks like a rock. And speaking of rocks...
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Alright, that was Knuckles. For whatever reason, character fights don't have a health bar, they just have a number of hits that need to be acquired. And then everything else has a health bar. So like we'll fight Gamma later. Gamma doesn't have a health bar, he has a number. It's very interesting the way that they have it coded. This is Chaos 4. This is hands down the worst fight in the game. It is an auto-scroller that if you mess up like I did, you get the balls, which is why this music is the Blue Stream music from Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles. Getting that loses about 8 seconds. If I get Blue Sphere again and Blue Balled, then we will hear from a toy. And you'll understand what I mean in a minute. Just knowing my luck, it'll happen. I'm surprised I haven't taken a hit in the water yet. Usually if you're in the water for too long, you take damage. It doesn't help that this camera keeps flipping back and forth. This last hit, he does 3 movements, or they do 3 movements to go attack. Ideally, all of them should be fish flips. At this point, he can only do, or they can only do fish flip, the double Bowser wave, as we call it, and stretch Armstrong, or blue balls. But if you get blue ball, then
There are so many balls in my mouth right now.
Well, thanks, Matoy. Appreciate the balls in the mouth. Oh, that was last hit. Very, 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 very not great fight, but it's fine. We're about to hit a little breather section. If anyone has anything to shout out or what have you, now is an excellent time to do so.
I don't know if we have anything to shout out. Do you have anything to shout out? What's going on in your life?
Go. I don't know. I don't stream too much anymore, unfortunately. But please go support Matoyasar. They are absolutely wonderful. Much better at this game than I am nowadays, especially. They're actually going to be doing. They were supposed to have a double header today, event here with SegaCrew, and then they're also doing Preventathon, I believe, which should be later today around 5:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or EDT. I highly recommend you go check it out, as long as they're okay. You will get to witness them running this game, which is a much better treat than seeing me, that's for sure. I have two dogs. I've got a Pitbull Boxer mix and a Shepherd mix. We did not name either of them. We adopted them both. One was from a friend, one was from an animal rescue organization. The Shepherd mix, we got her first. Her name is Allie. The Pitbull Boxer mix that we adopted from my friend, her name is Callie. So we have Allie and Callie. And they love them dearly, even though they're a pain in the butt sometimes. Very appreciative that this game comes with some built-in breaks, especially Sonic Story. It's formatted in such a great way to allow for a chunk of gameplay, a little bit of break for the hands in this auto-scroller, another chunk of gameplay, another auto-scroller, and then the final lapse of game. Gonna do a little bit of movement in the adventure field. Run into Amy, run away from Amy. Try not to interact with these people or that monitor. Please. There we go. We're gonna get the crystal ring. It is ever so slightly slower, but you're splitting hairs and most people aren't at the level where getting the crystal ring really negatively impacts their gameplay ability anyway. We're actually holding B right now to go in the cart, which is very funny. All this music, by the way, is, I don't know if it's their current music, but is Matoy's music. So if you enjoy any of these tunes, come check out their run later at Preventathon. You will hear something similar, if not the same. So we're doing a couple track skips, avoiding sections of the track, and cutting out a couple seconds of maneuvering and mobility. Ideally, we want to avoid these blue speed pads because they lock our speed at a specific speed. And if we avoid them and maneuver, we can actually outpace it depending on what our ring count is. 99 is the max, and that'll let you go the fastest. But sometimes, because of the way that the stage is designed, I prefer to hit the pads just so that way I can be guided a little more reliably. Okay, good. This is RC skip. We skip the roller coaster. We're gonna go this way. Oh, no. No, stop it. There we go. That's better. 132's okay. Yes, Daytona. Gotta love it.
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
We found Amy. We rode a roller coaster with Amy. We lost Amy again. There's a key. We're gonna ignore the key. Do some movement over into this section. And this is Knuckles' entrance to Speed Highway. But the loading zone for it is still here. So we can just clip in and go into the stage. I think I'm in auto cam. Now there we're doing a spin dash hover. So we hold the spin dash and the A button down at the same time, let go of the spin dash button so we start moving forward, but keep holding A to be able to maintain our height. We do that to be able to cross large gaps. You don't have to do it that way, it's just the way that I prefer to do it. You can do a regular spin dash jump, but a spin dash hover makes things a little bit easier. Got this nice little wall section. Help with my spin dash would work. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna go. I didn't spin dash jump over that, but that's fine. Hello. I love this game sometimes. I have to double check with camera, man. I should be in auto cam, but I'm not sure. We're not gonna check anyway. Avoid polices and taxis. I would try to do a clip in here, but I am not too confident with my ability to do it successfully. So we're just gonna come over here, look for Amy. My favorite thing to do is jump when the doors of the train close and just move the camera buttons back and forth the shoulders. Alright, Amy's being abducted. We gotta go save her by going to a red mountain for some reason. I almost went right for Red Mountain. Forgot that I needed an upgrade. That is the only required upgrade in the game, fun fact. Every other upgrade you can skip to some well, that's not true. You need to get the light speed shoes because it triggers a flag that allows you to proceed in the game. But you cannot skip the Ancient Light. If you skip it, Red Mountain won't open, and even if you get back there, even if you get back there, the game won't have the loading zone. So they have trapped a large portion of the story behind different flags. And yeah, I mean, some people might call that good game design. Gonna do a little bit of motion, mobility, going across the mountains. We're gonna do a spin dash jump to hit this wall. Ideally skipping this bridge, perfect. That bridge can launch you off if you hit it with enough momentum. That's very awkward. And then we skip the majority of the stage. Go into Act 2, do some precise spin dash maneuvering, like I just did there. And apparently get stuck in the floor. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Okay, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. Hello? Gosh. Oh, my movement. All right. That is what I consider to be Act 2 of the game. We've done some kart riding. We've ran on walls and on mountains. And now we get to fly through the sky again for a couple minutes. What else we got coming up for the day? What other runs are coming up later?
Well, looking at the schedule here, up next we're going to have Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog by Derek GNC. Derek, if you are lurking in stream right now, I will be reaching out to you in about 5 minutes to get tech startup. And we are deep into the Sonic block right now, so we'll have Sonic Blast a little bit later, Sonic Drift. OG Sonic the Hedgehog is going to clue up the Sonic block. That is going to be about 2 hours from now. So you got 2 hours of Sonic ahead of you guys.
Enjoy it while you can, before we murder Sonic in the next run. But then miraculously bring him back to life. Shout out to all the other Sonic runners. I apologize for not knowing ahead of time who's doing it, but in all fairness, I was supposed to be commentating and not supposed to be running, so... again, hope Matoy is okay. Hope everything is going alright with them. Just wanted to pick up the mantle, take over. As you can see in that beautiful top right corner, we are joined by Matoy and Spirit at the very least for now. And I hope that they may be in chat for at least a period of time. What I appreciate the most about these Sky Chase sections, very clearly, you can just go up in a corner and usually make it to the stage either unscathed or, you take a couple hits, but you're still alive. It really gives you a chance to reset, to stretch the hands, get a drink, go pee if you need to. If you're at a speedrun event in New Jersey, you can go next door and get a slice of pizza. That also happened at one point. So it really gives you a moment to rest and prepare before you hit the long stretch that is the finale of the game. And honestly, the end portion of the game is probably the hardest stretch, but some of the most fun to be able to speedrun. Unless you're at a high enough level where your performance on any one of the things impacts, your mentality, then it can be very detrimental. But we're gonna stop Eggman from firing this laser and finish up Sky Chase Act 2. We're gonna be moving over to Skydeck momentarily. A couple cutscenes to cut, a couple spin dashes for movement's sake. We go right there, that's where the cutscene trigger is. And fun fact, if you pause the game here, the ship disappears. Ready? Gone. Vanishes.
This must be the way to the sky deck.
I hesitate just a little bit entering this stage because if you enter it too early, you can actually soft lock the game, prevent the next section from loading, and I don't think there's a way to recover. So we would rather not end the run prematurely, and we would rather finish it. I'm gonna do a little bit of skipping here, spin dash jump over here, catch this rocket. Oh, I almost died there. What's really annoying about this, and if you notice the music is from Flying Battery, I believe from Sonic Mania, one of my absolute favorite tracks from Sonic and Knuckles. Absolute banger, especially for this stage. This is all just death below. If you miss something, you fall and you're gone. Am I lucky? Nope. Of course, it's the farthest cannon, or the farthest rocket, rather. All right. Never. Oh, okay. Or just the will not do the thing, but that's fine. 136 isn't terrible. All right, we're moving into my friend Risu's favorite fight in the game against her ex-husband. Happy birthday, Gamma. Happy birthday, Gamma. Happy birthday, Gamma. Oh, get in! Ah! Oh, I got in, let's go! I didn't think that would work. Ah! If you're not aligned appropriately, that can happen. Again, disappear ship. Time loss, but fun time loss. I jump through there because if you hit that switch again, the ship will transform and you'll have to transform it back, and boy oh boy is it not fun. This is Chaos 6. This is probably one of the more tame fights against Chaos. It still can be a pain in the butt though. We charge the spin dash there because it counts as a double hit, hits him for 2 things of damage. And that is... Oh no! That was too close. I should have created some distance between Chaos and I. That's okay.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Still pretty solid fight, and we're moving over to Lost World. This is arguably the hardest stage in the game, especially at the level that some of the top runners, like Nixer, like AF Wagers, like top 10, top 20 might go for. There's a skip at the end called Lull Skip, which you skip like the last 20 seconds of the stage, but it is some of the most precise movement that you have to do, precise spin dash jump, height you have to get, distance you have to travel. I have attempted it many times and have not been successful a single time. So we're not going to be seeing it today, unfortunately. But we will be seeing something that used to be a thing that people didn't do. This is Snake Skip. This is not Snake Skip. This is me missing the snake and falling into the water. Why am I not getting enough height? What is this? There we go. That is Snake Skip. I can't believe that happened 3 times where I just couldn't get enough. Also, I'm the only person that does this, really, if I can do it. Come on. Oh, there we go. We skipped the doors. At that point, it was slower, but the swag is too cool. You can do waterfall skip here. I am not doing that. We're gonna ride the waterfall. I had a bad camera angle. I didn't go the appropriate way you're supposed to be able to do that skip. We're gonna meet my favorite wrestler, Maui himself. What can I say except you're welcome? Oh god, the boulder went in front of us. Nice little 40 ring bucks. So yeah, during that section, you can do a spin dash jump into a later section of the stage and skip all of this. It's absolutely ridiculous. But we're scrubs, we have to go this way.
Yeah, not bad.
Do some cutscene skipping. This is some of my favorite movement in the game. I love getting to just like flex your spin dashing there. The puzzle is one of the hardest puzzles for new runners, and even people who have been playing the game for a very long time. If you just hit the 4 middle buttons in any combination, as long as all 4 of them are only hit once, then you will be able to proceed. Just a little sneak peek behind the curtain of the puzzle, and hint for anyone who might need it. This is my personal favorite stage, Final Egg. It just has so much cool movement tech. You just blitz through the stage. I did the pause, but I did it a little too late. Ideally, we're going to see me do a little clip out that elevator and go to the very end of the stage.
Yeah, not bad.
Alright, so like I said before at the top of the run, there are 3 elements to this game. There are action stages, there is the action adventure field, and then there are boss fights. We started the game with Chaos Zero boss fight, we are ending the game with Egg Viper. I'm so rusty that I'm not going to do the stuff that I would normally do here, which does not save any time, it just looks cool as heck. However, if someone in chat says that they want to see the cool stuff, let me know and I will do the cool stuff. Alright, cool stuff it is. I died. The frame 1 death is crazy. So hitting him like this does literally nothing, but it looks cool as hell. I'll only do it that one time. I don't want this run to go on forever. It's bad enough we're going to be coming in at about 30, 35, I think, give or take. That's a very precise, perfect hit. Time is when the time stops on this boss fight, by the way. Egg Viper is the pinnacle of boss fights in the game. It is the hardest fight by far in anyone's story, and many a runner will hesitate even on this fight, especially the end of a 30 or 20 plus minute run. They don't want to potentially fumble. Completely understandable. There's some safe strats that you can do. Most of what I do, besides the stuff that looks really cool, is fairly safe. And if you just move in circles here, you can avoid these lasers. Now he's going to turn into a spinning top. Eggman watched Beyblade once and became a big fan. You can make it to the cock. Now this hit, you have to hesitate slightly because the game locks your inputs after you hit them. It starts that cutscene of the ship destroying. And just a reminder, time is once clock stops. Time.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Dr. Ockerman is just in a long line of Beybladers that canonically includes Moses. That's crazy. 3807, not too bad. 220 on that fight is very good. Anything like 221 and below is almost a perfect fight. So that is Sonic Adventure DX Sonic Story. Highly recommend if anyone wants to play the game at least once. It's one of the most fun Sonic games. From a casual perspective, it can get a little dicey, but it is absolutely incredible, so much fun. If you're interested in speedrunning the game at all, feel free to reach out. We have a Discord for Sonic speedrunning. Within there is the majority of the SADX community. Always happy to be able to help teach people, help inform them of good ways to do things. And if anyone ever wants to join, feel free to reach out. You can DM me on Discord. You can DM me here on Twitch. Blue Sky works too, but I'm not on there too often. Again, please shout out to Matoy. Go check them out. Go follow them on Twitch. Go give them a like. Follow on Blue Sky, and check out their run later for Preventathon around 5:30. Hopefully, you won't see me there playing the game. You'll just see me there commentating.
Thank you, Baldex, coming in cold off the bench, putting down a beautiful run. That's pretty good, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
All right, we will transition over, and then we will get ready to see Sonic die, I guess. But yeah, he will be resurrected shortly after, so all is good.
Rest in peace, Sonic. Derek, don't be too hard on him.
All right, we will transition over. Peace out.